We're all drowning in information these days,
It
right?
feels that way sometimes, yeah.
But we're going deep on a case today that, well, you really need to hear about.
Yeah, this one's pretty heavy.
It's Cameron Finnigan, just 19 years old,
And he was just sentenced.
to 6 years for, well, a whole bunch of awful stuff.
Encouraging suicide.
Possessing terrorist documents.
Oh, yeah, and child pornography.
It's the mix that gets me, though.
Yeah.
Like Satanism,
Uh-huh.
neo-Nazism,
Right.
online radicalization. It's not your everyday combo platter.
No, it's not. And that's actually what makes this case so important to look at.
Okay, so beyond just how awful the crimes are?
Exactly. It's like a window into how this stuff is changing.
Online extremism, you mean?
Exactly.
But it's not just online anymore, is it?
No, and that's the scary part.
Real-world consequences.
Devastating consequence.
And when you talk about consequences, I mean, one of the most disturbing things in this whole case is how Finnigan pushed this young girl to kill herself.
Yeah, even suggesting she live stream it for his group.
Sickening. And then when they asked him about it later, he said, I don't think about stuff in that moment.
Chilling.
Really chilling.
It is, and it reflects a trend we're seeing more and more.
What do you mean?
These online platforms, Telegram, Discord, Snapchat, the ones we all use, they're becoming like breeding grounds for these groups.
But Finnigan was doing more than just chatting online, right?
Oh, absolutely. He actually had this document
Yeah, it was like a plan.
for truck attacks,
So we're talking intent here.
taking it from ideology into real-world harm.
And then they found all this stuff at his place.
The satanic tapestry, the knives, swastikas, and don't forget those videos.
Oh, right, the ones where he's vandalizing a car.
All of it paints a pretty disturbing picture.
So this wasn't just a phase he was going through.
No.
I mean, the judge even labeled him, what was it, high risk to the public.
To the public, especially children.
Especially children. Yeah, you got to wonder how someone gets to that point.
It's a huge question. And what this case really shows us is how these seemingly different ideologies are blending together.
Like Satanism and neo-Nazism.
Exactly. And groups like 764, the one Finnigan was involved with, they exploit that confusion, use it to recruit.
Wait, hold on. 764, you said they're linked to something even weirder.
Oh, yeah, the Order of Nine Angle.
What even not that?
Okay, so the Order of Nine Angles, they're way out there, even for extremists.
Like how?
It's a mix of neo-Nazi stuff, but also like occult practices.
Seriously?
Yeah, think of it as a blueprint for radicalization. They push violence, criminal activity, the whole 9 yards.
So how does 764 fit into all that?
Well, they've taken a lot of their ideas, especially the focus on targeting people online who are vulnerable.
So they're preying on people's weaknesses.
Absolutely. They offer a sense of belonging, purpose, even power to people who might feel lost or alone.
That's messed up.
It's a dangerous combination.
What about Finnigan's violence?
Yeah,
Do we know where that came from?
that's where things get tricky.
Because the judge said there was no sign of autism.
Right. So it does make you wonder, were there mental health issues involved? Something else that made him vulnerable to these ideologies?
It feels like we need to know that if we want to stop this happening again.
Absolutely. Prevention starts with understanding.
What gets me is, when they questioned him about pushing that girl to suicide,
Right.
he wasn't even sorry.
Yeah.
He was worried about getting caught, not about what he'd done.
That lack of remorse is sadly pretty common. It shows how deep the indoctrination goes.
So where do we go from here?
This is a wake-up call. Online extremism isn't fringe anymore. It's happening everywhere on the platforms we all use.
So what can we do?
Well, law enforcement and social media companies are trying, but they can't do it alone.
It comes down to us, doesn't it?
It does. Awareness is key.
If you see something, say something, right?
Exactly. Educate yourself. Talk to your friends and family about the dangers, especially young people. And if you see someone online expressing these views, don't ignore it. Report it.
This case is heavy stuff.
It is.
It's easy to think online extremism is just noise.
Yeah.
But the Finnigan case shows the consequences can be devastating.
What's really scary is that for every case like Finnigan's that makes headlines, there are tons we never hear about.
Wow.
That's why we need to learn the warning signs, be vigilant. It's not just about protecting ourselves, it's about protecting everyone.
Absolutely.
Our communities, our families, everyone.